8 o'clock, please. Oh, she got to. Hmm?
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. All right, got it going. It's 8 o'clock.
Get you some of that medicine if it's sweet. Riverwest Radio, Young Black and Opinionated, episode 37. How y'all feeling this week?
Great.
Yeah?
Great. Feel great.
As always, WXRW 104.1 FM Milwaukee, Young Black and Opinionated. I am Reese Bear, that's ReeseBera. 4 Ys is Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, and Instagram.
I'm Lassie.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
At Lola Baby BAYBEE on Instagram and Twitter, and no, that is incorrect. On Snapchat,
All right now.
Lola Baby BAYBEE.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby.
And
It's all right.
Look her and Lola on Instagram and Twitter.
It's all right, baby. Go ahead. Keep going. And it's your boy Mwanje. That's MWANJE.
What color are you?
Blue.
Because it's yellow on this thing. Oh, both are up, so I don't know. What Mwanje?
One MWANJE. Follow me on all social media platforms. Mwanje Uganda for Leopard.
Episode 37. Again, our website, or as always, our website is ybopodcastmke.com. Lassie, tell them they can find the pod.
You can find the pod on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spreaker, and on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube. If you're watching this right now, hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe. Ooh, I'll spin on that. Yeah.
Yuck.
And as always, we want to thank our listeners for the love and the support. It's really good. I seen a tweet on Twitter. It said something about, podcasts and radio shows, whatever they love when you give them support. So send that email, send that tweet, know that you're listening, because that can change one's day.
Yeah. That one retweet can be like, whoa, this might be change the game, change the rules.
Why do you want to tell them about the merch?
The merchandise, you can always check us on our website, ybopodcastmke.com. You can check us on the website and go there, or if you want to hit us up individually, we got some merchandise, and it's at it's great quality, and we got several people that already have gotten some, and they can attest that it's good merch. It's good merch.
So you got some on, but you got your other stuff.
I got my mercy on. I gotta, show people mercy sometimes.
Yeah. So yesterday we recorded episode 75 of our podcast. Anybody want to give a rundown of that?
Man, episode 75 was a really, really good episode. We named it Period. Period.
No,
That's in the sound effect.
Right. I know, right? It's cool. We talked about, one of my favorite topics from episode 75 was what is being happy. We also talked about monogamous and polygamous relationships. That's the word I couldn't say yesterday, y'all.
Polygamous.
Yeah. We talked about Rihanna's lingerie line and the outcome, because at first she had us waiting. We also had a conversation about some stuff going on in Milwaukee. So it was a really, really good show. Make sure y'all check it out on those platforms that I stated earlier.
Shout out to 75, like Roxy said, check it out. Also, want to give a shout out to Technical File Podcast. Me and Warner just came from their recording their, was it 52nd episode?
52nd episode.
1 year anniversary. So they were live. They may still be live on Facebook as well too. But just check it out after you listen to this. So yeah, shout out to Technical Foul.
Yeah.
Anything else, y'all? Any more cleanup?
No, I actually was very impressed with Tech File. They were laying down all the sports stuff.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's a sports podcast. So if you need sports, anything, football, hockey, basketball, they got that for you.
I got it for
Check them out.
With a nice twist and spin to it. Love it.
Yeah, well, let's put the broom up. Let's mop.
Let's mop.
Let's go right into the content. What's this Milwaukee Maze?
Speaking of Milwaukee, so I got a couple, two things. So it's springtime, summer's coming up. So I saw this the other day. It's called the Milwaukee Maze. I'm trying to find my article. Sorry, y'all. So it's the Milwaukee Maze. It's the largest fenced-in maze in Wisconsin. It is at McCarty Park, 8214 West Cleveland Avenue, West Dallas. So it's roughly 10,000 square feet. Takes an estimated hour and 25 minutes to complete. The goal is to stamp your card in all four corners. Those who complete the maze with the fastest time will receive their name on the recognition board. So it's open from the dates of May 12th through September 1st. From the hours that I'm looking at, it's closed Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday through Sunday, they're open 10 to 9. There's a fee for it, but it looked fun, it seemed fun. It's something that I might try to get out and do, just to do something. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if y'all seen that.
No, I didn't, but that actually sounds fun. I like random stuff like that. Like when they have the big, the bounce house comes here, or like they had like a big slip and slide or something last year. So yeah,
I wonder if y'all been to the domes yet?
I haven't been to the domes.
Really? I've never been.
Probably. Really?
I want to go on a date there.
That's good.
I think I want to go there.
You were in love. What elementary school did you go to?
I went to Barton Elementary School, right next to Webster.
Barton.
I know. I used to live over there.
Really?
Yeah, it was right next to where my dad. Right next door.
Yeah.
To the elite, someone who's only in private schools.
Oh.
Just kidding.
God.
Just kidding.
Get on the ground.
Period.
Right.
Y'all funny. On top of the little maze.
On top.
Speaking of other things to do, due to the weather being nice, Jazz in the Park starts next week, May 31st.
Really?
Man, that comes around so fast.
It does. So every Thursday, you can hit up Cathedral Square Park downtown. So between the dates of May 31st and August 30th, 2018, every Thursday, 5 to 9. Happy hour starts at 5, music starts at 6. I was looking at their food vendors, and I went last year, and the girls that I went with, we brought a bottle of wine, and they were like, "No wine." I'm like, so they're serving drinks now. The wine seems reasonably priced, like if you went to a restaurant or something, but still gonna sneak my own in. I ain't got time.
Yeah, I went last year with my cousin. They were playing.
Whoa. Sorry. It was a little close.
With my cousin and it was fun. I had a great time. There was a band there. They were playing a lot of Earth, Wind & Fire.
Did y'all have chairs or y'all had blankets?
They had chairs and blankets. But it was fun. I just crept up on them and ran across a couple people. There was a lot of people. My anxiety was kind of there a little bit. It was kind of mid tempo, but it was a lot of people.
Listening to you.
Yeah, it was kind of
in peace.
You know.
Can I listen in peace? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, my anxiety was kind of there, kind of mid. It was like, all right, a lot of people here. What's gonna happen? But other than that, though, I had a good time.
You wouldn't even. No, I'm just kidding.
No, they had some sandwiches and stuff like that, and it was good.
Yeah, I looked at their vendors. Their website is actually super informative. It has a lot of pricing on there, which is nice. But Jazz in the Park is something that I like doing just because it's like so peaceful.
What's some other festivals are during the summer?
Bastille Days.
Bastille Days. I've never been to Bastille Days.
Yes, you have.
I'm gonna say yes, you have.
Oh, together, all of us?
I think me and you and Stacy went a couple years ago. I think that was Stacy and you, yeah.
Oh, I think we did. I think it was just like towards the end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we went to
Fest.
Bastille Days probably like 15 or maybe 14. It was a while ago. We all went. We all just went down there.
Ain't nothing but Brady Festival. With different names.
Yeah.
Not on Brady Street.
Yeah. I mean, everything is typically the same.
Right. It's like State Fair or Summerfest in the middle of the street. But I'm right.
But Yeah, that's it. I'm always looking forward to Summerfest, State Fair, of course. They have this wine tasting thing at State Fair. I don't know if
They
you've
do.
ever been.
I went last year when I went with TS and his wife.
Oh, really?
We went to the wine tasting thing. It was pretty interesting.
It was good, man. It was this. I don't know what it is. It's Door County wine. That, it's a Door County wine that, man, so
I
good.
wanted to go to Door County. I never got a chance to go up there.
Somebody told me it's a
Door
really
County?
dope.
Door County. It's the thumb.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, yeah.
So you go there all the time for their vacation. So.
Yeah, no, I heard it's really nice up there.
Yeah.
Like, it's really nice. And they,
Yeah.
huh? Are we on the air? No, probably it's all the Green Bay.
I got a random question. I don't know if y'all would know. Do y'all know what the oldest city in Wisconsin is?
They had tested this at work when I first started. It's something, I forgot what, do you know the name?
Can you give us the
I can
first?
Google it. I don't know it.
Oh, you don't
I
know
was
it.
asking. Just
If you get the answer, I think it starts with a J.
I'm getting an R and W for my memory. It's like,
oh, I put in first. They talking about people.
Oh.
Wait. Hold on. Let's see. Oh wow.
What is it? Starts with a J?
I don't know.
They say it's Green Bay.
Yeah, but
Green Bay?
I don't think that's true either.
I don't know if that's true. I thought it was something like
Wausau.
off the wall.
Wausau? I've been to Wausau.
I don't know if that's true either. Yeah, I've been there for a basketball tournament. It was pretty fun back in like 2011. Yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was something random, but it could have been the first, or I don't know if it's necessarily the oldest, but I guess that would make it the first because I would think it's still active. Anyway,
Interesting. Sorry, that was random.
Yeah. So currently from the pod, I guess we're done.
What TS?
period.
We're trying to figure out who sent this anonymous question.
Oh.
Basically saying they had a crush on me or they're thirsty, what have you. And a lot of people from our group are just saying like, who's the culprit? Like we're playing Clue.
Because it's one of those things where people inquire.
Yeah, people inquire, and he said, who do you think it is? Who do you think actually do it for the ratings? No, I can't.
Say her
do that.
name.
No,
Say her name.
No,
Ask if it's her.
Really?
I would say who you think it is if you don't do it yourself.
Don't put her out there like that.
I'm gonna put it. That's who you think it is. It's not putting nobody out there. It's asking.
I mean,
If it ain't, then it ain't.
Then it ain't. She's gonna say,
She might,
no.
right? She might.
Wow.
Why'd you think that?
First of all, you was the one who was like, "I'm
Right.
about precious."
That was a joke. Come on.
Don't start.
Shout out to Teddy.
Teddy.
No, you.
You said Precious. I'm sorry.
What?
I think Teddy.
That went over your head.
Teddy
Right.
from,
Talking about.
Like he
What did he say again?
He said, what did he say?
Don't. He said you don't know or something like that, or you don't understand or something like that.
I don't even know what y'all referencing.
Atlanta.
The episode.
Oh.
That's my
Teddy.
favorite episode.
Yeah.
I should know that. I watched it 3 times, not twice.
No, me and my coworker kept talking about it too, because he
Yeah.
always be like this.
Yeah. And when he was cracking that the egg, and he was like,
Because what did he tell him? He said it must be hard or something, or I understand or
This
something
season
like
1 or season 2?
that. Two.
I can only imagine. He said I can imagine,
Yeah.
and that's when.
So he's like, that's what he said.
It's-
So yeah.
Anyway,
So
so you gonna do it or what?
go ahead, you do it.
Do it for the ratings.
You do it, Lassie.
You do it, Lassie.
Huh?
Is that
Do
what you
it.
First of all, I thought her name was Hayden.
said?
Oh.
Yeah, all right. Out of your pocket.
We don't know who that is.
We don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so that's who you gonna go with?
That's
what
what I thought it was.
Okay. Yeah, you're just gonna say the last name?
She said she
That's
just
not
put
her
more
last
out. That is
name.
her last name.
I thought that was her first
No.
name.
That's her last name.
That's her last
We'll
name.
leave it at that though.
I thought it was her. I thought it was her first name backwards.
Last name.
I don't think we talk about the same person.
We are.
We are.
That's her. I went to school with her. That's her
Okay.
last name.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is it you?
If you're listening,
Is it you?
didn't
Anyway.
Mwanje bring you a sweater?
Yeah.
We know it ain't Camille.
Did he pull up on you? Buddha.
That has become the new male anthem.
Why?
Don't look out the window. YouTube can see you.
YouTube.
Crush Radio. Knock on the window and let us know who you are so we can get this live thing popping. Hey. Hashtag the real Megan. Prince Harry.
Speaking of which, I wanted to get into it just a little bit. I actually want to do a little twist off of it. So for those who know or don't know, Prince Harry, who's Princess Diana's son,
Lady Diana's
son, got married over the weekend to Meghan Markle, and she's an American.
I didn't even know she was American until I looked into it.
Yeah, I think she was on Suits, and she did. I think she was also
an actress.
She's an actress, and I think she did a joint on not America. What's the Deals? Deal? Who played that Deal? The thing with the suitcases.
Make a deal.
Make a deal. Let's make a deal. I think she was one of those people.
Deal or
Suitcase.
no deal?
Deal or no deal. Thank you.
I was like, make a deal. I'm not sure. Probably late night, you know.
I would scroll past, so it was on Game Show Network all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so she got married, and it was a wedding to be, because that bloodline is very pure, if you will, and what I wanted to talk about though is now that she's a duchess, she's not really a queen yet, because so many years have to die before she even become a queen.
Yeah, everybody was like, she's a princess and this and that.
The Duchess of something. But there are
Milwaukee County.
Y'all seen that meme thing where it's like, say your last name and what street you from and all that
Yeah.
I'm the Lord of But anyway, so E! News, I got this article from E! News, and they're saying that because she's a Duchess, she has 17 royal rules that she has to follow.
Yeah,
so I'm just going to give you just a couple rules that are unique now to her, because she is now a Duchess.
You give up that much stuff?
Yeah, would you give up that much? I'm just going to ask that. That's a good segue. Let me see. One of the things, no selfies. They're saying that it is implied to turn your back towards the Duchess, so that's why you can't do the selfies. No autographs. She can't sign any autographs anymore. She's a Duchess. I thought this was unique. They can't travel without mourning clothes. Mourning meaning for funeral clothes, if you will. Because when King George died and Princess Elizabeth and Princess Philip were in Africa, they had to travel back to England in their regular clothes, and so it is imperative that all royals travel with a set of funeral clothes in order to be respectful. They can't wear mini skirts. It's an interesting one. Mealtime is at 8:30, and it has to be over by 10. They have to stay strict to that rule. No open seating. She has to sit next to Prince Harry at all times. And let's see here. That's it. That's all the rules I just think not passed.
She can't. I don't think they can give autographs anymore either. They can't do that.
No. They can't do autographs.
That's what I'm saying. They can't.
They can't play Monopoly either. Rule number 15.
Yeah.
Monopoly is not allowed. According to Reader's Digest, in 2008, the Leeds Building Society gave the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, the game of Monopoly, to which he responded, "We're not allowed to play Monopoly at home. It gets too vicious. Looks like all Meghan gets out of jail cards have been used up." So
yeah, I was reading something saying that she had on like a skirt, but she didn't have like some stockings on. So they're like, "What you doing?" And then before she got married, I think she signed. Somebody asked her for an autograph, but I think because of whatever the situation was, she wanted to do it, but she wrote, "Hey," whatever their name was, and not like Meghan Markle.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think I was reading some of that stuff, and it's quite interesting. And I was also reading about Princess Diana too. And I think from what I read, correct me if I'm wrong, but they were saying that she was, once she kind of got into it, she was kind of like,
right,
I'm gonna go to bed, and she wanted to be out with her kids. I think she said she didn't want the royal nanny or whatever. She wanted to be there with her kids and do regular stuff. And then I think one of the questions, and I guess I'll ask you guys, do you think, just like anything modern day, do you think some of that stuff you just need to leave in the past? Like,
yes,
it's kind of like,
yes. I feel like
we're in a whole different day and age.
We are, and I mean, I feel like people should eat when they want to eat, when they're hungry.
Yeah, I just think Diana would just get up and be like, all right.
Things like that, like.
I disagree.
Finish last, please.
I'm sorry.
I just think some of that stuff, like everything, like even we've talked about this with certain things that have been written in the past, should be revised every so often, because what worked then might not work now. That's just how I feel. But Mwanja, you disagree? Why?
I think a lot of that is precedent. Even though we're in a different time, like the whole 8:30 thing, like there has to be maybe that rule is set place because if maybe outside of that time, like the last rule says they can't eat shellfish because it's to avoid food poisoning. Like there are people out there trying to kill the Duchess and King and Queen and
well, you want
by
to
those.
point yourself that?
But you know, we can eliminate some of those.
I'm sure.
I mean, if they really, really wanted to, I'm pretty sure they probably can.
Yeah.
But I think some rules just shouldn't be broken out of precedent.
So because I want some shellfish, somebody trying to poison me.
I gotta eat an egg.
But the royal kitchen staff is cooking it.
Right.
So how I'm gonna get poisoned?
You never know.
I can see if I was ordering out.
You never know if I'm walking out the door then.
Right.
I was watching the
901.
I looked at like a brief interview before they got married, and they were talking about how they met.
That was disgusting.
And it's quite interesting to see them like talk, and then they're like looking at each other to make sure they're saying the right stuff. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like. And they were asking her like, how do you feel about like giving up your career? You're an actress, moving over here, all this stuff. And she was just like, I don't mind, I was like, sure, but
right.
I don't know. And then just kind of after that, looking at some of the stuff with Princess Diana, she was like,
yeah, she really said it.
Go ahead. I was gonna say from the things that I've heard and seen, I actually have a few things that I want to watch on her. But from what I've been reading, they were basically saying like she was looked at differently because she was more compassionate and loving and caring, and the rules really didn't account for that. The rules were kind of like, you got to be this way and do things this way, and she wanted to. No, let's just be love and
she just
give
wanted
love
to be out with the people. She wanted to
pretty much
be with her.
I mean, yeah, like it's a long royal line. I think Queen Elizabeth herself, I forgot which queen it was. She was kind of different. With the cake and all that stuff, but.
1865, because this queen been in since about 1922.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think around that time she was a little different, but yeah, no. I just wanted to throw those out there. It's kind of interesting to be. I mean, could you both see yourself being a princess or duchess? Or
but some of them rules we're gonna have to like. Am I walking out the house and my skirt is cute and ain't really nothing wrong with it? I'm not putting on no stockings. Leave me alone.
All right. Yeah, they say you can't wear a mini skirt.
Well, she was like, "Who are you talking to?"
Mini skirt is fashion. You can really dress that up or dress it down, and I don't know. I don't really like the rules, and I feel like a lot of these are really nitpicky and petty. I just feel like some of them are just not needed.
I just kind of feel like some of them are. They pertain to a period of time, which is fine. But I think like Lexi said, we always talk about some things could use an update. Like that skirt, I'm gonna wear the skirt. The whole dinner thing, it's not for me.
I feel like as long as she don't look trashy. Yeah. Like if she has on a mini skirt with a bralette and a jacket, all right, I can understand that. But I'm saying they want her to, uphold a certain image. I get that, but she could wear a mini skirt with a nice shirt and a biker jacket and make it look cute, or whatever the case may be.
It could be like Michelle Obama when she was in, and people was like, "Oh, she's showing her arms. No, she's doing this," and it's like, "No, she looks really good." Like the stuff she was wearing, she wasn't covering up her arms or doing things that were standard for the first lady.
I would say there's a big difference. Big difference from being first lady from being.
That's my point. I don't care. Care. At the end of the day, it was said that you should do this and this is how you should look. And even though those are, I guess, strict rules, to me it don't matter. Like if I come out the house with this on and it looks good, we need to make a change.
But I'm saying though is that the first lady has more power as opposed to the queen or a duchess because they're just figureheads. The queen doesn't do nothing. And if I was on a podcast, it'd be another word. But They don't do nothing. They can't. They don't even sign. So I they don't even sign stuff as prime minister. They're just there as a figurehead to say, "Oh, we have a king and a queen."
Even better.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm wearing what I want. Even
Right.
better.
All the more reason to not.
That's why I feel like that there has to be an image upheld.
And she don't sign nothing either. The first lady has to uphold. She really don't do nothing either.
First lady does a lot.
She does a lot, but she doesn't do anything.
That's not nothing political, but
that's my point.
But she first lady like let's go with Obama. First Lady Obama. Like she spearheaded a lot of queens don't do.
She spearheaded what? I know what she did.
But
what does that have to do with how she looked?
I'm just saying, it could be more relaxed. Like she can go out, like say for instance, she did the
workout stuff with
the
workout
kids, thing with the kids.
I know what she did.
She can wear a tracksuit or whatever.
That's because of what she's doing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. With the queen, she doesn't do anything. They don't do
but,
anything.
Okay, but that doesn't matter.
That's more reason to
make a change.
But you have to. That's why you need to keep that.
Change.
You can't.
No.
If you don't.
But that's not a reason
listen
to
to
keep
what
it.
you just said. You said Michelle Obama. You said the first. I'm not even gonna use Michelle. You said the first lady does more than a duchess.
Right.
So wouldn't you, with that logic and that logic that you have, wouldn't it, to me, with your logic, Michelle or the first lady should have this image to uphold way more than this duchess.
Because she's more flexible. She would have to fit to the attire of what she's doing. If the queen doesn't do anything at all but hold an image, her image is more appealing.
So I can't wear something because I'm sitting there staring.
You telling me the duchess can't wear workout clothes?
No.
What she do? She gonna be fat? You said you can't work out, please.
They're not letting her work out,
but she's not. I'm pretty sure she's not gonna be seen. She's gonna be in the royal palace.
Okay, Mwanje, please. They be walking up and down. Hi, Harry.
Right, and what they have on? They have on their stuff that they're supposed to have on.
Boo, that needs to change.
That would take.
It needs to change.
That's the point. Point blank period.
Oh, we can agree and disagree.
Fair. Anyway,
Please.
That's just terrible.
Period.
Let's get into
staring at his princess. You got that on.
Oh hey, cause it's Givenchy.
No, it's no bunch.
Alexander Wayne. No hey for free.
You said you don't get no cleats either.
I'm just laughing because I know you said something slick. You say?
I heard Prince Charles is out here in these streets. Anyway.
I don't know if he has a upholder image. I mean, it's probably.
See,
I don't know. It's probably bogus.
Yeah,
it's probably bogus. I'm pretty sure
out
it's a
patriarchal society. Shout out to the royal people of
Yo, King
the UK.
Meghan, wear a skirt.
3
years down the line.
Get her poisoned? Oh, great. Thanks.
I said wear a skirt.
How your mama pick a show, bitch? How about that?
Huh?
Her mama probably be. I heard her mama like Al Green.
Oh.
My mama like that song.
Her mama probably don't.
When I saw that, I was dying laughing. I'm like, my mama play that song all the time. Her mama got a nose ring, dreadlocks, and she loves Al Green.
Love it.
And that's my mama's favorite song.
Come on,
She's bringing greens to the
Buckingham. Oh, I don't know. Is it Buckingham Palace?
I don't know. I've been there before though.
Buckingham. You said you been there? Really? Well, how was it?
I mean, we were on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's like going to the White House.
Megan in that picture.
Right. At the White House. Everybody at the White House, but you at the fence like this. Looking like DW.
We ain't want to Oh, really? Wow. That's dope. I forgot you went over there. That's dope. Let's talk about Sterling Brown, if y'all don't mind. Sterling Brown is a rookie from the Milwaukee Bucks, and top of January, he was unfortunately tased by the police. This happened.
Here?
Yep, here.
Did we talk about this?
Is this the one that was at Walgreens?
No.
I think.
Where was he at? Keep going.
Yeah, it said where he was. It said that the Milwaukee County Chief Deputy District, he's going to file a civil rights lawsuit against the Milwaukee Police Department because of him being tased. If it is, then this is a follow-up story. Then he's going to file a suit against him simply because that.
Not to cut you off. Do you have a date of when this happened?
They just said January.
Oh.
Yeah, this article was from Journal Center. Excuse me. And what they're saying is he's going to file that civil suit because he was tased in January over a parking violation.
Wow.
Right. And they're his lawyers are trying to get the body camera from the police, and they're not giving it to him because it's still in a pending investigation.
Of course.
But I believe Mayor Thompson, right?
Tom Barrett?
Tom Barrett, I'm sorry.
Tom Thompson, like 19?
Wow. Tom Barrett. Almost for me. He said that he wasn't combative. and it wasn't threatening. So it looks very bad on the police department. So we're gonna see what happens moving forward. But do you think this kind of discourages like players to come here? I think still bought out the stores too.
I'd say no, and I only say that because things happen everywhere. I mean, just like that football player who got attacked in that parking lot by instance too, football player that got attacked in Vegas. I mean, this stuff happens everywhere, unfortunately. I don't think it should discourage people. It might.
That was in Vegas though, like you said. Like it wasn't in Seattle. Like he works here.
Okay.
So what?
I'm saying they all have.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like being on a sports team, they got pictures and figures. So I'm not understanding what you.
But my argument is that by you working here, you know that people should know for the most part who is on the Bucks.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right, but you said you made a point about Michael Bennett. He was in Vegas though, but his team was in Seattle. So I'm saying like
I'm saying it can happen anywhere. It don't even. I'm
Oh,
saying it don't matter.
I didn't catch that part.
If these people are prominent people, and even if they're not, like you said, here they know who play for the Bucks. Most of them should. I don't know if they give the police a roster or anything, but I'm saying like I'm just saying. I would think that most people, cops or whatever, would know famous people from unfamous people. Not that it should matter because no one should be getting treated that way, but I'm saying like there's too many instances. Like there was a black actress in LA who got dang, what did the cops do? They did something to her. They arrested her because she was walking with her boyfriend or something.
I think I heard about it.
Yeah, and it was just like, dude, what? So I feel like it can happen anywhere. You say his team is in Seattle, but he was in Vegas. But is he a prominent player on their team?
Yeah.
All right then. I'm pretty sure whether that Vegas cop watched Seattle football or not, they know.
Yeah, I don't think anything that happened here would discourage. The only thing that would discourage people from coming here is the team itself. Any like team issues, or because it's Milwaukee and it's cold, like stuff like that. But I don't think, like I said, it can happen anywhere, point blank with Michael Bennett, anybody else. So I mean, that's that.
I just wanted to throw that out there. I mean,
So you would, I guess my question in reference to what Reese just said, would you look at that type of stuff over the overall team, like how they are and the weather? So does that outweigh those things for you?
I won't say. I think I'll look at it equally because think about it. Like going to if you go to a bigger franchise, like I don't know, Lakers or something like that, or
well, the Lakers ain't looking at you.
Well, I'm saying like like.
What if you talking about going to the Lakers and it was a thing where take it back to '92 or the '90s where like the LA riots and things like that, where say the thing was black men out here getting beat.
Right.
You don't care who you are. You still going? Would that make you not go to the Lakers?
I don't know. I think because me personally, what I'm looking at is size. Like this is Lakers is a bigger market. It's a bigger. You're in California. It's a way bigger town as opposed to Milwaukee, where it's a smaller town where there's like 800, 700,000 people here. I mean, it's a small market where it should be known who's a player, who's not. Like Donald Driver, for instance. Like I'm pretty sure unless Donald Driver's doing something egregious, he's not going to get tackled, or their police officers are not going to be like, oh my God.
You never know. They might think that he's just.
You never know.
Right.
No, I doubt that. Donald Driver is like gold here. So I would be thoroughly surprised.
You don't have to be here.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be here.
But it's not here. It's Green Bay.
I mean, but it's Milwaukee, though.
But you're talking about the
Wisconsin.
You're talking about the Packers.
Right. It's kind of two different things.
Two different things.
It's sports.
It is.
It's the Bucks and the Packers.
But you're saying Milwaukee and Green Bay, or those.
Point example. My coworker said somebody had a Facebook status about when he was out in Madison, and I was like, "Oh, turn on the Bucks game. Nobody want to watch that ghetto basketball. We care about the Badgers." Some people probably don't even know who some of the Bucks players are. They probably don't care.
Which even furthermore, I'm like, ooh, which would make me be like, ooh, because like I said, it's a smaller town. This is your only team that you have.
It could be like the LA Clippers and the LA Lakers. You got
like I said, a bigger market where you have two teams. So it's just like for
But
me,
at one point I didn't know who played on the Clippers. So I mean,
right.
I mean, I follow basketball, but
I mean I follow it too.
Right.
But a lot of people not gonna know. Like it doesn't
There's
really.
a lot of teams that I don't know who really
Right.
play on their teams. I know the players that I really watch. I know what teams they play for, but I couldn't tell you who played for the Boston Celtics right now besides Kyrie
Irving. What's his name? Al Horford. Like,
but I'm just saying, if I'm a player
on Vince Carter, and they were talking about how he brought a nice market to Toronto, and I remember him and some of the other players that were on there. Yeah, Tracy McGrady and just some other people too, like upcoming. Like I think Tristan Thompson had a little part at the end, and Vince Carter was kind of saying like, you know, I want to go to NBA, and he was like, and everybody was kind of like, you know, Toronto is a new team in '95, and it was like, I don't know nothing about nothing up there. It's cold, and that was like one of the main things that people would mention. It's cold. I don't know nothing. It's not in America, and granted, it's not here, but you know, that's from what they say. That's the first thing you hear, and then they got them stupid jerseys with the dinosaur, like things like that. So it seems like some people may put that into perspective a lot. Like it's cold.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like I remember I was watching, was it Sonya Richards-Ross, and her husband Aaron Ross plays football, and he played for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he was talking about, he was joking like, oh, I'm going to Green Bay, and they were like, what you doing up there? It's cold. And it was, I'm just playing. I'm like, I'm talking about Green Bay like that.
Yeah, I think weather plays a big important part of it because one, with these players, like depending on their family size and everything, they have to uproot everything, and they got to think about houses and things like that.
Different lifestyle.
Yeah,
and of course in regards to contracts and stuff like that. But if you get traded, then I mean,
if you traded, it's
right.
a wrap. You have no
you
choice.
really ain't got nothing to think about, but little small.
But I'm thinking like if you're a player that's a role player, it's very important, and you know that you will be able to, you know, make make an impact on the team. You know, teams are vying for you. You know, you want to kind of, and I agree. Weather can definitely probably will play.
Period.
Probably play a part. Just want to throw that out there. Just thought about that. You know, see what y'all thoughts were.
What else y'all got? Because I ain't got nothing.
I just think that stuff can happen anywhere.
I know. I totally agree. And I'm not disregarding that. I'm just saying, like, you know, for a small market like Milwaukee, you know, things
But
like
it's a growing city though. That's my thing too. I can see if we were like in a stagnant place, like if this was maybe 5-10 years ago before the whole arena thing, where it was like. Now I feel like I was I was coming from somewhere, and I was going downtown, and I seen the sign with Kevin Hart is going to be on there. He's going to be here, the Jumbotron or whatever. So I'm like, it's really growing. I think I saw Pink or somebody up there, like people that I personally I ain't never seen come here. He always skip Milwaukee and go to Madison. So it's a growing city, and
I wanted to talk a little bit about also Dear White People. I don't know if you all got the chance to watch the second season.
I can't really get into that show. I tried. Yeah.
Even the first season?
I haven't even finished the movie, so.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
You play. Hold on, like people.
What she said?
Period.
And then you got the ratchet voice.
Come on. Anyway.
Catch me outside.
Anyway, tell us about the subject here.
So I want to talk about. Are you guys familiar with Hotel?
I hear the term, but I don't know what it is.
So there's an episode. I forgot which episode it was, and one of the ladies were dating a guy, and he was sweeping off her feet. He was like, "Oh, I'm so glad to see a black woman in this." I think they were in a class where he had. I forgot what class.
Studies?
No, it wasn't American Studies. Where you dissect the body and you look at like, what happened to it. Nah, it was like a real dead body. No, I forgot. A medical examiner? I don't know. It was something like that. It was some type of. I think so, maybe. But anyway, she was swept off her feet by this guy, and he was showing her so many different things, and they were going on dates, and he just could not just stop seeing her, whatever. So then, next thing you know, he wanted to show her, she wanted to show him the dorm room that she stayed in, and because he stayed off campus.
This season 2 or season 1?
Season 2, and he was like, man, I can't see how you stay here because it's like the black people here, they're not really black, and one of the main girls was light skinned, she has it like that, and she's a black mom, played by Raquel.
Why are you whispering?
Right.
That's why I asked you your social.
I was
So
trying to pull out the story, and she comes to find out that he's a hotel gentleman. And these guys are very black, power black centric.
So they're both. He's black and she's mixed.
No, but she's like both black.
You just said her mom was black and her
No, I
dad
said
was
the main
white.
character. The main character
Oh.
that's in one of the dorms. She's white and mixed. She's mixed, whatever. So I don't know where I'm going with this. 'Cause it's very difficult to talk about if y'all ain't seen it.
I mean,
Hotep dudes. What
yeah, what about him?
Like, have you ever came across a hotel?
What is a
What's the
hotep?
definition again?
The definition is a guy that is very Afrocentric. He doesn't like gay people. He doesn't like mixing of the race. My black queen. I'm a black king. Very, very strict to black folks. Not 1%er. One of those guys that, you know, just very African, Egyptian rooted type fellas. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I haven't come across one of those. I've only seen stuff on Twitter and Tumblr and things like that.
Yeah, no.
They seem very extreme to me.
Are you?
Yeah, they
are. You
are.
one of those guys?
They are very I don't. What you do with your sexual orientation? That doesn't bother me at all. And I don't care. You know, what's your background, if you're mixed or not. Like, you know, if you're a good person, you're a good person. But no, I'm not that type of guy. But no, I just wanted to talk about that and see if I've ever run across any guys, or would you ever date anybody like that? Like he.
Probably not.
Cause he ran into
Actually, no.
never. Cause he ran into and crossed a gentleman that was gay, and you know he fluttered off a word that was very, very derogatory. And
I can only imagine.
And that's when she was like, "Oh, you are a hotep." Type of guy. Like, yeah, so.
What is hotep? Why that word?
Well, the word means in Egypt it means peace.
Okay, I was just reading that.
Yeah, it means peace. But I guess they got the name because of just I don't know.
Trying to be too peaceful.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm so serious.
No, I laugh because it's funny. Like I guess so.
When I think,
Okay.
when I think of the word hotep, to me it sounds like two words that was placed together to shorten up two words for them, or something like that.
No, but from what I understand is that
I wonder what Urban Dictionary say.
yeah, I'm on
It
the.
said something I clicked off of, but I saw that it did mean peace and something with Egyptian. So.
Yeah, but I think people have taken that word and used it in a way that I guess it wasn't originally meant for, and
I can tell.
yeah, I never personally ran across anybody like that, but
Have you ever run across a woman like that?
No, I have
Would you
not.
date a woman
either.
like that?
No, I don't think so. I prefer a woman that's broad.
You need to be with this chocolate queen. No fix it.
But I do believe y'all are queens though, but I don't think
Of course.
in the sense that, you know, if you're mixed, if you will, I'm like using that word, but come from an interracial couple, like you're not a queen, you're still a queen.
This is interesting.
What'd you get? What'd you pull up?
I was on Urban Dictionary and it says an Afrocentric brother, usually insecure, who claims to be woke but actually isn't. Unless you are a straight black male in a hotep's eyes, you are responsible for the destruction of the black community. Misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic, conspiracy theory aficionado. He will fill your head up with so much pseudoscience and ill-researched historical facts, you will be ready to bash his head in with a Google search engine. Interesting. Yeah, no, I could not date someone like that.
Reminds me of what's the gentleman's name? Be on Breakfast Club all the time.
Brother Polite? Dr. Umar?
Dr. Umar. Yeah. Reminds me of Dr. Umar, because Dr. Umar, you know.
I said it, but I had Brother Polite in mind.
Who's that?
Another guy. I don't know what he specifically does, but he kind of gives me that Dr. Umar vibe. Like, but I don't want to say that he's that, but he's one.
Yeah, Dr. Umar, you know, he's very for black. He's for black rights and stuff like that, but he doesn't believe that black men should be women, yada. And it's just kind of like, because that destroys the
black community
and stuff like that. And I disagree. I disagree.
Like, what?
I'm
kidding.
No, it's a real question. Answer.
I haven't dated personally with my background. With my background, you know, with lots. So yeah, Reese,
man,
with my
you
background.
too
Oh. With my background, Reese, I'm just, you know, I'm so used to black women, so that's what I'm used to. We did see a nice. Would you say
She was Latina.
She was Latina. You think so? I thought she was
No, she was
Native American?
No, Indian, like from India.
Like an Indian, okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you get it correct.
Yeah.
Saying random stuff.
No, I would say Native American.
No, you won't be.
So
We got an nine.
No, I'm gonna jump to my one question before I do that.
go ahead.
So I seen that Bravo and DJ Envy probably they're gonna end up doing a docu-series. So first question, would you watch DJ Envy and his wife,
Yeah,
family?
I would enjoy that.
Oh, the Bravo channel. Don't mind me.
She got
I'm a
cable.
little
She got cable. I see you. She said premium. She
Hilarious.
said premium. I see you.
So would you watch, Lassie?
I would. The Lord.
Oh.
The incident with him and Jesus and Mero kind of turned me off from him. It's like, but I'm pretty sure he's not like that every day. I think it would be interesting based on the stuff that y'all told me about him.
I want to ask because I do see a lot of like docu-family series. It's what's his name? Because they were talking about him on the Breakfast Club, and I didn't realize that it was him until it popped up on my Instagram feed, like his promo. What's the dude that had like 8 kids and then he got married and had like 4 more? He's an ex-football player. He after the Kaepernick stuff, he did, and I think he got released. After he kneeled. What is his name? Antonio Anthony, probably.
Yeah.
He said he got a vasectomy and it didn't really work. No, because his wife, what is it, Kappa something? Anyway, he has a show on TBS, so I just was like, let me watch it. Because I don't know, I just like watching like real stuff. You can tell they kind of getting into, you know, doing the whole, you know, oh babe, and I'm like, it's just not doing well. You know when they were doing that confessionals, and you could just tell it was kind of forced. I'm like, are y'all reading something? But it was interesting. Like her mom is funny, and I like watching stuff like that because you kind of get an insight. Only if it's like natural. Then you have the Tiana. So I guess I wanted to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on reality kind of taking this shift towards like more family-ish stuff versus maybe Love and Hip Hops and things like that?
Is there any preference? Do you think are they doing any preference on black families?
I'm
seeing like the Love Docs and
more so. I mean, you're getting Black Love Doc, but that's on the own network, and then you had, I guess you can say that because they had the Book of John Gray. He's a pastor. And then what's his name? I just know her as Martin Lawrence's first wife. Emmett Smith. They had a show for a little bit. Ex-football player on the own network, and I mean like. What's his name? Cromartie.
Yeah, that's
Antonio Cromartie.
No,
yeah. Sorry, I
Yeah.
can't in my mind. I just flashed. But yeah, they have a show. And it's
Yeah.
interesting. So I don't know. It's just interesting seeing like everybody kind of getting their show and like putting it on the forefront. Because at first, some people will be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want
14
kids. Yeah. I don't want my business out there. And even like. I guess you can consider the Kardashians, but they've been doing it for like 10 years.
I was just gonna say them, and that's crazy because when you really think about it, they've been doing it since like Kylie was like 7 or 9.
I remember seeing something with them climbing in like one of those little kiddie houses, and they were like you said, maybe 6, 7, and 9, and now they're like.
Grew up on TV Electric.
Yeah, I remember an episode where Kendall did not want to model. She's like, I don't want to do this. Like this is stupid, and now she's struggling. If I make my money, shoot.
I think it's interesting. I think a lot of people are trying to take the approach of getting one of those family shows because they see that it worked. Mm-hmm. It can work, and they like, let's ride this wave too, to get more, obviously more views and gain a different audience. I think sometimes people want to be nosy. People want to know stuff about other people. That's not all the time. They don't want to see that Love and Hip Hop drama or that Basketball Wives drama. Oh, let's see what Antonio got going on with all these kids and his wife. And, how they do that. That sounds interesting to me. 14 kids and
Because it literally popped up on my. I don't understand why. I'm like, I usually see clothes or something random. I'm like, I've never seen a TV show being like, promo or sponsored. I'm like, what? And I'm like, who is this? So I click, and usually I'll just be scrolling and then click off the app. So I'm clicking on it. I'm like, oh, so I just pulled it up on TV and I just started watching it. And I'm like, nah. So then I caught up, like, oh, okay. Like it's interesting kind of getting into people's lives. Retired from the NFL, so he just got more time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna check out DJ. What you said, Lassie, about the This Is America joint, with that whole thing. I kind of pushed away from his podcast because of that. I think so, maybe subconsciously. I try to listen, because I said, and he didn't necessarily get into it. He just basically said, I'm not going to talk about it. We kind of, it was hashed out on the air, and this, that, and the other. And I don't even want to get into that, but I just feel like, I think after that, I think he now is trying to maybe recover from that by using that show to say, I'm just a normal guy, love my family, love my wife, love my kids.
I wouldn't even say that. I think it may be something, because I think about something like the Braxton. Well, first of all, let me say this. That incident or whatever, it really didn't steer me away, because first of all, I wasn't really listening to their podcast like that. I would listen to it here and there. And I just didn't, I guess it was just like another thing that happened to me, like, whatever, DJMV went crazy, whatever. So I really totally forgot about that. What's my second point here? What'd you say? DJMV life? Oh, yeah, because they had the podcast first, maybe it's a way to kind of get, I don't want to say she wants to be out here.
He is and what type of man he is, and it's just kind of like, I see why he snapped on this around with that. And just hearing their stories and stuff like that, of them first being together.
Yeah, and I heard all that, but that was like...
Even though, like, it was me, I just like, you've been a sucker.
Yeah, I don't know, it just... If that's how it is, that's how it is. You gonna put on the show or what? Like, right. So I would know, like, is it good? And I don't know, sometimes it's just inclusive, because for me, I don't, not to sound weird about him, he just seems like this person. I don't know more about him.
Right, what is she?
Right, so,
what's her day-to-day like?
I don't know, I just get interesting. I think it's a nice shift from, like, seeing just the fight and stuff, and the family. I think Kenny Smith is show for it, the NBA honest. I think I watched one episode, I don't know what happened with that.
I really liked Deion Sanders, though.
Yeah, Deion Pilar, and then he had another one after, or on the OWN network. I wonder why they didn't do it again. That was a really show, because he was dating, probably still dating Lacey Evans, so. Turn mine now, but we get up out of here. That's pretty brief. Simple question. Would you date or marry someone with a drinking problem?
No.
Why not?
I couldn't. I don't like the baby.
I
don't. I find it. I wouldn't say embarrassing, but it can be embarrassing depending on the setting that we're in. I don't like the picking you up off the floor, trying to get you into the bed and things like that. That is just irritating because.
What if they do all that? What if they just like to get drunk all the time and you consider it a problem?
No. Especially if there's children in the mix. No.
So if you got somebody and y'all dating and you didn't realize until you like love them and then you were just kind of, hey, you do something.
I might have break my heart.
I think it's easier said than done.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. If I loved them and I know that problem, they didn't express it to me. I fell in love. They go to.
So like, what would you?
I don't try times that.
Here.
Well, that's on you because a lot of times that kicks a fire you and say, I need my family back.
I don't know.
Because you're potentially harder to have help from kid to have it. Because it's a thing where you tell your wife or your spouse that you to leave the family alone or you need to separate and I'm going to XYZ house and sometimes that. Well, that's on you because a lot of times that kicks a fire you and say, I need my family back.
I don't know.
Because you're potentially your kids. You don't want your kid to be around that. You're going to get away from that. A lot of times people, so like Terry Crews and incident with watching, porn. He kicked him out. He said, I did everything I could get my wife back. As soon as they come back, that's when he kept firing him and got him back. He got back to the thing and then follow. So
I think ultimately you can say something, but they gotta be willing to want to change that for you. If they aren't willing to change that, then
that's completely different. Like,
what if it's like so hard? I'm just trying to get it out of here. Like they trying
and they got to go.
That's what I'm saying. They did all that, then it's like Holly Hart wound up walking the alley and saying, "Hey, why did that kill?"
I always see the end of that show, but never watch the movie.
Holly Hart. That's one of my favorites.
I'm sorry, honey. I couldn't do. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. If I tried and
she done good.
If I tried and you said she was gonna try, but you ended up not trying.
That's a wrap for you, though.
It's a wrap. Like I can't.
Yeah, I think first of all, I don't think I could do it, but I think because I'm always saying like it's hard to say what I can do,
Right.
and I think I'm speaking more of if I was with somebody, and I know I think I'm real good at like what you doing. I mean, put that down. Like, how you trying to act?
Yeah, so come on. Every time you go out and do this.
Yeah, but it's one of the hard things to eat though, because the addiction is kind of smoking cigarettes and doing all that stuff too, though.
Yeah. It's something in your brain that it's in something in your brain that just
it's
endorphins. Like, wow, I love this so much.
Yeah. You got some people who have issues and they still be drinking. Like,
gambling.
Yeah. I think it'd be hard to kick somebody to be with somebody, try to get somebody off from gambling or smoking or something like that than it is drinking. Remember on the Breakfast Club we had a question, would you rather crack it or would you rather have what the question was? Something about a crackhead or alcoholic. Would you rather have a family member? People was calling me and was like, all right, that's what Charlotte said. I'd rather have a crackhead because all they do is scratch and ask you. They just think you know what they want.
I remember telling you she had family members like they would
still
TVs and just something there, something like that.
Because they was showing, hey, what's wrong with you?
I can't say because I don't, me personally, I would say one addiction is worse than another. Like if you're addicted to cigarettes, addicted to alcohol, addicted to drugs, whatever addiction is, I would assume if you were to do MRIs on their brain, it would have the same type of reaction. So, but I guess just whatever you feel like. I don't know, like keep high pack of cigarettes. Or is there how to, right? You never know what the reaction will be.
My sister went on step on cigarette.
Whoa, jeez.
I know you ain't saying point blank period, but yeah, it was just a question. I thought it was interesting. Something we never really asked before. So yeah, episode 37.
Yeah.
37.
37.
How do you feel about that?
Great.
Well, guys, so that's our show. Make sure you guys check our podcast episode 75, right? Period. As always, I am Reese Beer. That's RESBER. 4 Ys is Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, and Instagram.
I'm Lottie Baby BYBE on Snapchat and McCrimlola on Instagram and Twitter. Wani?
Your boy Wanje, that's MWANJE. You can follow us on all social media platforms, me included as well. Wanje and Flapper. Thank you so much for the love lessons and check us out.
Radio podcast ke.com. Check out there. We have our merch as well too. And like I said, don't forget to listen to episode 75. Period. See you guys next week.
Hey, look right now, boys. Was that all of it?
Buddy over there.
My name come out. Flowers.
Hello. Turn it down.
Right.
Who said can we go?
Right.
60 minutes. Shit. That's our show. Uh-oh.